Hi, my name is Jennifer and I'm here with your workout of the day, which today is going to be a unilateral workout, which means we're going to be working one side of the body at a time. These are great workouts to throw into your mix because they recruit a lot of core in order to keep your body stabilized and in a nice upright position. Now, in addition to being a unilateral workout, it is also an AMRAP. As many rounds as possible. So we've got 4 different blocks of exercises. Each one is going to be 5 minutes in length with 2 to 3 exercises. As soon as you finish that last exercise, you're going to rotate back to the top and keep going through that cycle as many times as you can for 5 minutes. So let's go ahead and get started. Equipment that you're going to need today: a mat or a towel, a heavier set of dumbbells, a lighter set of dumbbells, and then I've got these little plates. They're called gliders. If you don't own gliders, you can use paper plates or you can also use dish towels. Towels are going to work better on hardwood floors. Paper plates are going to work better on carpet. So let's go ahead and get started and jump into our first block. So we've got a reverse lunge using our gliders, and then we've also got a single leg deadlift. So go ahead and put your gliders flat on the floor, and you're going to step right on top of them. And for a reverse lunge, unilateral, we're going to be working one side of the body 12 times on each leg. So, gliding that leg back and pulling it forward. Remember, when we are lunging, we're lunging back, nice big lunge, and I want a 90-degree angle in that front knee. Knee is not extending out over the toes, and pulling it back in. Great. All right, let's move on to that single leg deadlift. So you're going to grab your heavier dumbbell. Dumbbell is going to start in the right hand, and we are going to balance on the right leg. Now, your leg doesn't need to come up all the way off the floor. You can just put your toe down, kind of use it as a kickstand. I also want you to take your shoulders and roll them back nice and strong. So in a proud chest, that dumbbell is in your hand, and you're going to graze it down the front of your body, squeezing that glute back to an upright position. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze all the way back up. What I don't want to see is those shoulders rounding. So I don't want to see this. You roll those shoulders back, nice and strong, pressing up through that heel, all the way up through the hams, and all the way through the glute. All right, that's set 1. So you're going to keep going through all of those as many times as you can for 5 minutes. Our second set, we're going to focus on some core work. Again, we've got a bird dog, and then we've also got some side plank work. So we're going to go ahead and grab that mat or towel, whichever you've got handy. And we're going to start out with that bird dog first. So I want you to come to tabletop, nice neutral position. Shoulders are stacked over those wrists. Knees are right under the hip. So for bird dog, we're going to extend our right hand and our left leg. Hold it for a second, and then bring it back to the center again. So 12 on each side. Then you'll switch, extend your left arm out and right leg out, and back to the center. 12 on each side. Let's come to that side plank. So, side plank, you've got some options. You can either stack your feet, you can stagger your feet, or you can drop that lower leg. So depending on what works for you, pick your poison. What we're going to do, though, is we are going to bring that knee into the side, so we're getting some obliques. So here it is with that knee on the floor. Here it is with those feet stacked. All the while working to keep those hips pulled up. So don't let those hips drop and sag to the floor. So again, 5 minutes. As soon as you complete that side plank on both sides, you're going to go back to those bird dogs. Great, so let's go ahead and move on to block 3. So we've got a single arm chest press with a hip bridge. So we're going to be back on the mat. We've got bicep curls, both on the right side and on the left side. So let's go ahead and start with that chest press. So you're going to come back to your mat. This exercise is kind of a 2-for-1. So let's go ahead and get ourselves into position for that hip bridge first. So feet are hip width apart. We're going to lift our hips towards the ceiling, squeezing those glutes. And remember, we're working one side at a time. So one dumbbell comes overhead, and we're going to come down and press. So we're pressing that dumbbell to the ceiling while we're squeezing those glutes. Arm comes down to a 90-degree angle and back up. And then we're going to switch sides. Beautiful. All right, let's move on to those bicep curls. So you've got some choices here. You can either stand on both legs and do bicep curls with one arm at a time, or we can make this a little bit more difficult, and you can pick one foot up off the ground, which is going to recruit those stabilizers a little bit more. So 12 on this side, and then place that foot down, and 12 on the other side. Anytime you need to rest those toes on the floor as a kickstand, go for it. Awesome job. All right, our last block already. We've got, again, 2 exercises. We've got a lateral raise, and we've also got a low plank hip tap. So, lateral raise. Definitely want your lighter dumbbells. Again, you can stand on both legs, or you can stand on one leg. Opposite arm is going to come out till it's parallel with the floor and back to the center. So 12 on each side, and then switch legs, switch arms, and 12 on this side. All right, our last exercise. We've got those plank hip taps. So we're coming back down to our mat. These can be done from several different positions. You can either be on your knees or you can be on your toes, but we are going to come down to our forearms. So again, that shoulder is right over the elbow joint. From your knees, you're going to rotate those hips to each side, tap it on the mat, back to the center, tap the other side. Slow and controlled. From the toes, you're right here. Working to keep that back nice and flat. Glutes are engaged, core is engaged. 12 taps on each side. Again, you got 5 minutes and you're done. Have an awesome day.